Good afternoon, Nye County Administration. This is Serena.
Hello, is Lorena Dellinger there?
So Lorena Dellinger is in this office, but she's also in the Board of County Commissioners meeting. Did you want me to take a message?
Miss Serena, I know that you felt that we've gotten off on the wrong foot this morning, but I talk the way I talk, but I don't mean that you any bad. Like you're not. I'm not here to tell you that you're bad or wrong, but I do want these either Lorena or Mr. Sutton to answer the phone and be accountable for what's going on within the county. They are the manager. It says, I was just on this city manager here. It says the Nye County manager appointed by the Board of Nye County Commissioners is the county's chief administrative officer. The county manager oversees the day-to-day operations of county government and facilitates implementation of the goals and objectives of the county commissioners. And I think that that's a pretty reasonable position. Pretty honorable position. And what's happening with me in my life right now is fully he needs to know about this stuff, and he needs to make this stuff stop. Mr. Sutton is what I'm talking about.
So something else, did you take down Tim's email address?
No, I was never able to get Mr. Sutton's email address, but I appreciate you.
Go ahead and give you that. And did you also want Lorena's email address as well?
Whichever one. I have videos that stem back from 2021, and I need those videos. I need those emails so I can send videos. Nye County is actively allowing their employees to stalk, threaten, harass, and intimidate me. And my family knows about it. My neighbors know about it. My neighbors are tired of it. They haven't voiced their complaints, but I speak with my neighbors every single day, and they're tired of Mr. Basinger trying to treat them like he's their daddy, and they're tired of Nye County and the things that they're doing.
Yeah. So let me go ahead. Just let me know when you have a pen, and I can get you. I'll give you.
I'm all ready to go.
Okay. So Tim's email address is his first initial, so T, and then
T.
his last name's Sutton, Sutton. So it's T like tiger.
Okay.
And then it's at Nye County, NV for Nevada, .gov.
Is it Nye CO?
So it's NYECOUNTY.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. And then NV for Nevada,
NV. .gov.
Yes, sir. And then Lorena's email address. Let me go ahead and get that so I make sure I give you the
May I please get Mrs. Cox's good email address?
Yes. So Lorena's email address is her first initial L.
Okay.
And then Dellinger, DELLINGER.
DE?
Yep, DE.
Like Dellinger, not Dillinger, right?
Yes.
Okay,
so
DE.
DE like elephant.
Okay, thank you.
LL.
LL.
I. N for Nancy.
I. N.
G.
G.
E. Yes. So G like go.
G.
GER.
R. Okay, thank you so much, Miss.
And then it's at NyeCountyNV.gov.
County NV.gov. Okay, thank you. And I've been having problems with Mrs. Cox's email address because I actually have two email addresses for Mrs. Cox, and neither of them are getting to her.
Let me go ahead and see if I have a good email address for
The one I have that I got latest, because the first one she said got hacked. The second one was the one that ends up in US or USA.
Okay, so is the old one you had ended in at msn.com?
Yeah, I'm going to my email address right now so that I can verify these things.
Okay.
COX let's see. B. Donna. Okay, there's two of them I had. The first one was Cox Donna C at MSN.com. She said that one had been hacked. And then
Yep, that's the one that's been hacked.
she gave me a Donna C Cox at USA.mail, but that one is not. She's for all intents and purposes either not responding to them or it's the wrong email address.
So I think that might be her personal email. I'm not sure. I don't have her personal email, but I can go ahead and give you her county email.
Okay, yeah, I would like her county email. Mrs. Cox needs to know what's going on. Same with Frank Carboni. Same with even Bruce Jabor, but Bruce Jabor was what do you call that? Disingenuous with me. He was the head honcho leading all these boys. And then when I contacted him about the problems, he attempted to act like he knows nothing about it. He attempted to act like he was there to help me, but then when I got case discovery, Mr. Jabor was the one that Mr. Otteson and Mr. Basinger kept contacting with their other lies and this and that, their omissions, I should say, because Mr. Basinger was threatening and walking with an inappropriateness, and then Dylan Otteson related that message to Mr. Jabor, I believe, but left out the part where Mr. Basinger was threatening and approaching people with intent.
So just let me know when you're ready, and I can get you Donna's email.
Okay, I'm ready now.
So it's her first initial, D,
Okay.
and then her last name, Cox, C-O-X.
Okay.
And it's the same ending as everybody else, so it's at Nye County, spelled out, and then it's NV for Nevada.gov. And it'll be the same for Frank, but it'll be his first initial and then his last name, Carboni, C-A-R-B-O-N-E.
.gov. Okay, now it would be the first initial?
Yep, so it'll be S, and then actually he has his middle initial on his email.
FC Carboni?
FG Carboni.
Oh yeah, G.
At
That's what it was.
NYCounty.gov.
FG CARBONE
Yes, sir.
at Nye County.
NYCountyNV.gov.
Okay, so it's just like the other ones.
Yep.
Nye
So
County.
all of the endings of our emails are the same as our website, because our website is NyeCountyNV.gov.
Okay. I don't know what else to say other than I have this. I don't want Dylan Otteson anywhere around me anymore. No more. He's continuing the harassment for Jim Basinger. Jim Basinger was harassing me and threatening me. Thomas Boney's already been seen on camera saying that yes, that what Mr. Basinger was telling me, he was going to stuff my camera up my ass. That was a credible threat. That was a threat of physical force. And then he was coming at me. You know, he got out of his truck, got in my face, and threatened to stuff my camera up my ass as he walked towards me all crazy like. Dylan Otteson was there. Dylan Otteson related the story to Mr. Carbone, or not Carbone, but Jabor is what I think, because in the minute the case discovery shows that Mr. Jabor was the one that was overseeing the matter. And Dylan Otteson left out the whole part where Mr. Basinger was threatening me and coming at me with this crazy look. So that was an omission. That was coercion. That was an obstruction of justice on Dylan Otteson's part. And then Dylan Otteson further went on to say that he was a witness to a happening, and the video proves otherwise. The video proves that he was not a witness, that he in fact was across the street and all the way over doing whatever the hell he was doing at the time of the happening, and couldn't have witnessed anything, but here he is in the case discovery acting as a witness. So for all intents and purposes, I no longer want the services of Dylan Otteson, nor do I want him anywhere near my home or family.
Yeah. So,
He is accessory to a crime.
You can go ahead and email the commissioners if you wanted to let them know about your concerns. And then you could also email Tim and Lorena and let them know as well.
Well, what am I supposed to do?
What you could do is if you wanted to submit your concerns, you could email them to me, and I can make sure I distribute them properly. Something else that you can also do is we don't speak about personnel issues directly on the agenda because that's not really public information.
Everything that you guys do is public information. You guys are untrained.
But if you wanted to as well, you could speak during the general public comment of the Board of County Commissioners meetings and voice your concerns about the Public Works Department.
That would be awesome.
If you go online to our NyeCountyNV.gov website,
yes,
and there's
miss.
4 tabs. There's 4 tabs, one that says Commission Actions, and you can click on Watch Here. And we do have our Board of County Commissioners meeting today, and this is where you can find all of the agendas, the videos for past meetings, and you should also be able to find the posted agendas for upcoming meetings as well. But you'll be able to see the agenda here.
Is this the Commission
red.
Actions one? The Commission Actions?
So this is the Board of County Commissioners meeting agenda. So at the top of the agenda in red, it has all of our call-in information. It's the 1-888-585-9008 number. And then the room number is 255-432-824. And I think it's *9 to raise your hand, and they have to unmute you for you to speak. But you can only speak about stuff that's not on the agenda during general public comment at the beginning or at the end of the meeting, so you will have to wait for that item to open.
So, okay, I've come to the Nye County, Nevada website. It says what's new in the county. I got 4 links, like you said. And then I see commission actions, news, quick links, and calendar. And then I'm looking under commission actions.
Yep. So under the commission actions tab, you should see the 3rd bullet point down. This watch here.
Oh yeah.
And this will take you to all of the meeting videos and agendas for every board and committee in Nye County, or almost every board and committee. I'm not sure if everybody utilizes this. But you should be able to click in progress view event for the current Board of County Commissioners meeting that's going on today right now. And this is live feed of what's happening right now in Pahrump and Tonopah. And you should also be able to click up on top the agenda, and it'll show the agenda for you.
Okay, I see that.
So in red, it has all of the call-in information if you wanted to call in. And you have to make sure you click *9 so that way... I don't know who controls it in Pahrump, but that way they can see that you're raising your hand and you want to speak.
Mm-hmm.
And you can do public comment on any of the items, but you have to make sure that public comment for that item is open. And you cannot speak on anything that's on the agenda during general public comment. If you wanted to speak about that specific item, you have to wait until that item and the public comment for that specific item. But everything else that's not on the agenda, you could speak about during general public comment.
Yeah, I could actually speak about anything during general public comment that I want.
Yeah.
Thank you, Miss. You know, you've been really helpful. I see here it says MP4 video. You know what I mean? It says Board of Commissioners, and then it has like Board of Commissioners teleconference, regular meeting.
So these are all of our past meetings. It'll have our agendas and the videos for you to view if you wanted to review anything.
I'm trying to bring up a point that you see how it says MP4 video?
Yeah.
I've been doing a Freedom of Information Act requests on several different topics, and the Justice Court in Tonopah has been obstructing these public service requests, these public requests. I was told that I was given some discs, some CD discs, and I said, I don't want those discs anymore because they make them unreadable. And they are unreadable. I no longer want to put Nye County stuff into any of my computers anywhere. And on top of it, I asked the court clerk, I said, can you send that to an email in a MP4 version, of which I know that they have the ability to do. It's not that hard. And she said no, that they would be providing me those public records on those discs, of which I do not want. And then they proceeded to otherwise coerce me out of the public office, and I got all that on video, which I've already submitted to the Attorney General's office and the governor and other various forms of places to submit this stuff. And I think that since you're the administrator type position, I would like your office to know, I'd like Mr. Sutton to know that Nye County staff is undereducated. They are not trained in the proper procedures of FOIA. One of my FOIA requests, they say that they're going to get me that request on 11/14/2023, and that's a direct violation of the Freedom of Information Act. They're supposed to, the Nye County is supposed to process this information within 5 business days and have this information to me no later than 20 business days. And Nye County is not upholding the operations of the law, of the provisions of law regulating his or her official conduct. And in fact, while I was in there to do a public records request, I had questions, and Sheriff McGill and Under Sheriff Becht, along with K-9 Officer Rumker, Sergeant Blackburn, and one other deputy, have been seen on video unlawfully forcing me out of the public building under threat of arrest. And that's just plainly unacceptable. And the people of the state of Nevada should be able to expect more than that.
So I would definitely voice these concerns in the emails to the email addresses that I provided you. Is there anything else that I could do for you?
The manager, Mr. Sutton, needs to know that Bill Becht encouraged porn videos being watched in the sheriff's department, and called me a cocksucker the other day, which is caught on video. So, remember how you were trying to tell me about language and everything? Well, I speak that way, and I have a right to speak that way. But Mr. Becht, he has a pecuniary duty to uphold. And that's not the way he should be speaking to any public, no matter whether he likes them, whether he's retaliating for word to word or not. That's not of Mr. Becht's rights. Mr. Becht signed himself up to be a agent or employee, and he needs to abide by the ethical standards set forth by those chapters. But what Mr. Becht did is unacceptable, and the people of the state of Nevada should expect more and should be able to expect more, and Mr. Becht should be terminated from his position promptly.
Yes, so I would definitely voice those concerns to those email addresses.
Okay, have you been taking down notes?
Yes.
Okay, thank you for taking down notes, because I as well am taking down notes, and the public will hear these phone calls, and they will be able to formulate their own decisions on how Nye County is treating the public. And we want the Nye County. The reason why we have this ability is because you guys are supposed to be practicing full disclosure, full transparency, and full accountability for your guys' actions. You guys are not supposed to be telling the public what to do, how to talk, unless those actions by the public are criminal. And there is no criminal there is no criminal action in calling the Nye County and voicing their concerns with that's called redressal of that's called seeking redressal for the grievance. That's part of the 5 basic protections of the First Amendment. Can you tell me the 5 basic principles of the First Amendment, the protections?
No, I cannot. But is there anything else?
That's understandable, miss. You want to know why it's understandable? Because most of the people in our country are failing at their civic duty. And we need a better country than this. The 5 basic protections in the First Amendment are the freedom of speech, which everybody knows. the freedom of religion, which everybody should know, the freedom of the press, which is what I'm doing right now, is pressing you guys for information. Freedom to assemble, and then the freedom, the fifth protection is the freedom to petition or otherwise redress your grievances with your government. And you kind of tried to tell me how to talk, but I don't damn you for that. I don't want you to get in trouble for trying to tell me how to talk. I just want you to move forward from this day and remain educated. That you, with your education of how to properly treat the public, you would be the most outstanding public service agent for Nye County thus far.
Thank you.
Did you fill out your ethics acknowledgement form and submit that to the Nevada Commission on Ethics?
Ethics form for what?
It's called the ethics acknowledgement form. Failure to submit that or to file that with the Nevada Commission on Ethics is a willful nonfeasance, a violation of NRS 281A. But the thing is I'm asking you that so that you can go from this day and seek that ethics acknowledgement form, so that if anybody ever asks you this again, you will have one on file. The thing is about it, though, is that you're supposed to have one on file between January 1st and 15th of this year that you started employment or official duty for the state of Nevada, Nye County. But, these things if you guys aren't being properly educated, then it's not your fault at this time, miss. But at this time, I'm educating you. I'm informing you that you need to have an ethical acknowledgement form on file with the Nevada State Ethics Commission so that you can be trusted in our county to serve and protect our county.
Thank you for that information. Is there anything else that I could do for you?
Yeah, just know that I'll be Freedom of Information Act requesting the form on file to see if you actually have one on file. And if you don't have one on file at this time, it would be right, it would be proper, and it would be just if you would go ahead and complete that form and turn it in. That acknowledges, that lets the state of Nevada know that lets the people of the state of Nevada know that you have read the ethics manuals, and that you would be moving forward from this day, observing these ethical standards, provisions of law regulating his or her official conduct.
Yeah, so we do have open meeting law training and ethics training for anyone that deals with boards and committees or county elected officials.
Yeah.
And that is something that
I've already FOIA requested that information, and there's not one county commissioner on your guys' board that has the ethics acknowledgement form on file. Okay?
Gotcha.
Not even the manager that's supposed to be upholding the ethics for Nye County has one on file. Okay? That's a big concern. I'm a dunce cat. I'm the one that shouldn't be knowing more about this than the officials in Nye County. And every single official, I've only come across two officials in Nye County, employee or officer or employee is what it states. And I've only came across two in Nye County that actually have their form on file, and both are not timely filed. To which NRS states that not timely filed is as good as not filed at all. So, Mrs. Clapper, Jennifer Clapper, and Mr. Chris Arabia are the only two employees for Nye County that actually have this acknowledgement form on file, and both of those employees do not have their ethics acknowledgement form properly filed, timely filed. It says, NRS says timely filed, and then it has little provisions that show how to timely file it in NRS 281A. I believe it's number 500. NRS 281A.500. I think this is important because public service is a public trust, not a job. and you guys are entrusted to perform duties that the public have to be able to trust you on. If we can't trust you, then you're failing at the performance of your duty, and that's not a good thing. That's actually a violation of NRS, which is, it states in the NRS that a willful nonfeasance is a malfeasance, and a malfeasance is a misfeasance. And willful nonfeasance is a misdemeanor in the state of Nevada NRS, which is a term of regulations that are supposed to be provisions of law that are supposed to be regulating his or her official conduct, which I don't think that you guys should get in trouble all the way for like this misdemeanor that they claim. But I think that you guys should get reprimanded, redressed, and retaught. You know what I mean? Like more training.
Yes.
That would be awesome, because I would probably be able to live in a county where I wasn't getting harassed by Jim Basinger, where I was not getting threatened to have my camera stuffed up my ass by Mr. Basinger. And then furthermore, I would be living in a county where the county didn't seek to help Mr. Basinger instead of me and overlook my evidence, because I have Mr. Harry Means on video overlooking my evidence. He claims to want to see my evidence, but he shows no interest in coming to obtain that evidence, which is a very big problem. As well as Mr. Berkowitz. I have him recorded on phone call saying that Nye County will not help me with Mr. Basinger. And that's unacceptable. I know why he says that is because Mr. Berkowitz, the captain of our county sheriff's department, has no ethical acknowledgement form on file, which proves the fact that I, as well as other people in the public, cannot prove that Mr. Berkowitz has ever even read the ethics manuals. So if he did have that ethics acknowledgement form on file, he would be able to prove to the county that yes, in fact, he did read that ethics manual and is upholding ethical standards. But at this time, he can't prove that. For all intents and purposes, either actual or apparent, Mr. Berkowitz is in a conflict of interest. And that's one of the biggest no-nos. Let me see here. An NV Commission on Ethics. Okay. I actually have a couple that I need to read. But I wanted to try to find the one with all the county commissioners that I have and show you just how many.
Do you plan on submitting those concerns to those email addresses?
Yes, I'm going to.
Speaking right now about all of this stuff isn't being very proactive. Once we have all of your complaints in writing, then we'll be able to see what we can do for you.
These are the this is what I got from it's NV Commission on Ethics, and they sent me. I requested the ethical acknowledgement forms. The letter. Let's see, where's the letter I sent? I don't know if it shows the letter I sent right now, but it says right here, Nye County Public Defenders, Ronnie Boscovich, no acknowledgement form on file. Nathan Gent, please see attached acknowledgement form submitted by Nye County School District Board trustee position. See, Nathan Gent is trying to, his is not timely filed because Nathan Gent is a public defender, but he's only trying to submit the acknowledgement form for the school district position that he's taking up, which he's also taking up two different positions within the county, which that's obviously cause for concern. And that's an act of, that's a conflict of interest between the service that he provides as a public defender and the service that he provides as a school district board. Nathan Gent needs to cease and desist immediately. Andrew Coates, no acknowledgement form on file. Jerna Shahani, no acknowledgement form on file. Jason Ernest, no acknowledgement form on file, as indicated in previous requests on 12/14/22. Ethics Commission and staff, Kim Wallen, Chair, please see attached acknowledgement form. Brian Dufresne, Vice Chair, please see acknowledgement form. See, so every single one except for Damian Sheets, member, no acknowledgement form on file. Elizabeth Bassett, no acknowledgement form on file, and Darcy Hayden, no acknowledgement form on file. Aaron Terry, no acknowledgement form on file, and Carrie Ann Pedrosa, no acknowledgement form on file. So those are even the commission that is supposed to regard ethics, and they don't even have their acknowledgement forms on file. They're in willful nonfeasance of NRS. Nye County Commissioners, Bruce Jaber, please see attached acknowledgement form. Frank Carboni, no acknowledgement form on file. Donna Cox, please see attached acknowledgement form. Leo Blundo, please see attached acknowledgement form. And Deborah Strickland, please see. So actually, the only one that don't have one is Mr. Carboni. But when you see these forms by these people, let's see here. Deborah Strickland, Leo Blundo, he's gotten in trouble by them. Donna Cox, we'll just start with Donna Cox, okay? She filed her form. Date appointed or elected to office was November 8th, 2016. And the date she filed her form should have been 30 days after appointed, or on the between the 1st and 15th of January. Date she did November 30th, 2016. So Donna Cox actually filed her forms proper and just. Okay, her acknowledgement form is on file, and Donna Cox has her acknowledgement form on file, and it appears to be timely filed. So Donna Cox gets an A+ as far as the people are concerned, and she doesn't have to be worried about. The people can, for all intents and purposes, trust her at this time. Do you see how this is able to be conducted? And the ethics manual, it states that the people of Nye County, or the people of Nevada, can expect no less. If I pulled out my ethical acknowledgement, my ethics manual that I have, you can get the ethics manual at the commission website on the internet. It says, a public office is a public trust and shall be held for the sole benefit of the people. A public officer or employee must commit himself or herself to avoid conflicts between his private interests and those of the general public whom he serves. In the performance of their official duties, public officers and public employees serve the people of the state of Nevada. As they carry out their official duties, we expect public officers and employees to place a priority on their loyalty to the Constitution, laws, and regulations of the United States and the state of Nevada, and basic principles of ethics, rather than succumbing to the temptations of private gain. The public deserves and should expect no less. And that's like the first paragraph under, it says, that's page 3 of the 2010 Ethics Manual, which is still in effect, along with the 2014 Ethics Manual, which are basically worded word for word, basically, other than a couple changes for the 2014 Ethics Manual. Which the 2014 Ethics Manual, if you look at the very back of the 2014 Ethics Manual, it'll have the forms that officers or employees are supposed to have on file. And the acknowledgement form is listed in the back of the 2014 Ethics Manual for the Nevada State Commission on Ethics.
Yeah. So I believe that you should add all of this information to your email. That way I can review it. Did you also get down my email address?
I'm not sure. Let me check and see. No, I probably didn't. We started off on the wrong foot, and I probably should just deal with L. Dillinger and T. Sutton. Nothing bad against you, and I will not be placing a complaint against you. I would just, that's why I kind of took the extra time to inform you of where these things can be found and the educational purposes of these things. Because you kind of told me not to cuss words, and your opinion on cuss words is different than my opinion on cuss words, and I would just ask that you just hear the people that are calling your office out, and no matter how they talk, and seek to perform with the conscientious performance of your duty towards the fact that you're supposed to be, a public office is a public trust and shall be held for the sole benefit of the people. A public officer or employee must commit himself to avoid conflicts between his private interests and those of the general public whom he serves. So, like, your private interest was that you don't like cuss words, but instead you should just refrain from telling people about your private feelings on cuss words and seek to what does it say? It says
So I wasn't telling you that I didn't like cussing. I was telling you that I didn't like you cussing towards me. Me as a public official, I assist people, but I also don't have to sit here on the phone or stand in my office and be harassed or listen to
the people,
other employees be
but that's your
harassed.
feelings, miss.
That's something that we don't have to stand up with.
I'm going to tell you right now that I observe your feelings and I care about your feelings and everything. It's very understandable to have private feelings about some of this stuff, but just for your employment purposes, because I don't want to have to place a complaint about this, but like your willingness to defend your position on this is actually like something that shows me that you're trying to avoid not learning, but that I'm still not going to try to harp on you about that.
When they're not harassing you and cussing at you, we can all conduct ourselves in a professional way.
I have no duty. The people. I shouldn't say I have no duty because I'm one of the public, but I should just say the public has no duty to be professional, and in fact, yours is not that of a professional position. You are serving a public trust. That is not a job or a business. In fact, the way that you guys have been being trained in the last 30 years is actually directly against the provisions of law that are supposed to regulate his or her official conduct. So, like in the lack of the camera and the lack of the publishing platform, we used to have to go and try to show our information and our evidences to a news agency and hope that the news agency would pick up on the story. But nowadays, we could publish our own stories on Twitter, Facebook, TikTok, YouTube. There's almost a never-ending list of media platforms that we can publish our information and our stories on. So with that being said, in the past, public service agents have been actively teaching themselves to treat the public for private gain, directly against the provisions of law that are to regulate his or her official conduct. And that's why I'm talking to you in this manner, and I'm going the extra mile. I'm going like the extra step to educate you and not just harp on you for attempting to tell me how to talk, or defending your position on that for your own private gain. I'm not trying to harp on you about that. I'm actually trying to go the extra step with you and educate you that this is where this information can be found: the Nevada Commission on Ethics, Ethical Standards Manual, and I'm trying to inform you that yes, the people do have a right to record their public officials in the course of their public duties. That's for transparent matters. That coincides. That you can find stuff like this in the 1978 Ethics in Government Act. Okay, like if you.
I'm aware of that. Did you want to include this in your email, or is there anything else that I can help you with?
I'm going to include all this information, all this like teaching educational information in the email, but I'm not going to mention the fact that I talked to you or how we talked. Okay?
All right. Thank you for that.
Because for one, it's just like I said, you could be in trouble for some of these things, but at the same time, I'm not trying to press these issues. I want you to have a good employment. I want you to be secure in your employment. And if I don't show you due diligence and I don't inform you about these ethical manuals, these ethical standards, and the ways in which you could be violating these ethical standards, I wouldn't be diligent. I wouldn't be I would just be calling with complaints and trying to get you in trouble instead of trying to seek a common ground, an educational purpose, and hope for the betterment of our county. You see what I'm saying? Because with you being a nice lady like you are, yes, you've showcased a couple personal feelings or private feelings, but that doesn't mean you're a bad person, okay? And I can understand that, I can tell that you're a good, like, human being, so I don't want you to be in trouble. With you being if you would actually take the time to read the ethical manual for the ethical standards, and then fill out your ethical acknowledgement form, get that on file and everything, then I believe that you are an employee that the people of this county need in your position. You're properly educated. You're conducting yourself with the conscientious performance of your duty for the sole benefit of the people, and not that for private gain for agent or agency. And with that proper education and training, those are the persons that we want in the positions in this county. That's all I'm saying about that. You see what I'm saying?
Okay. Yes, sir.
So, you know, I'll give you like a month, and then I'll file an ethics acknowledgement form request for your ethical acknowledgement form. I hope to see your ethical acknowledgement form on file. And thank you for your consideration today, and thank you for your help.
You're welcome. I look forward to reading your email.
Okay, I'll be sending the email to Tim Sutton if you want to ask him to read this. I'll be sending the email to L. Dellinger. I'll be sending the email to D. Cox and to F. Carbone. Okay?
Okay, I will make sure to let them all know to be expecting an email from you. And then what was your name again, sir?
Well, you know, I don't really want to give you my name, but I already did. My name is Willis, but the county knows me, right?
Willis. Okay.
My stepdad was an ex-deputy of this county. I'm not giving you a last name at this time. You can just seek the people. Some of these people that are you know, some of these people, like if you wanted to ask Mr. J. Bohr, he's not very.
Did you also want to get the chair Bruce Jabor's email address as well?
Well, Bruce J. Bohr, I've already you know, I tried to contact him for help with this situation, and he acted as though he was going to help and everything. He answered the phone to me as he was driving down the road, and then he used that as an excuse to not be able to talk to me very long. Then he said he would call me back. He never did. Come to find out, when I got the case discovery, he was one of the main characters listed as obstruction of justice. I mean, they're not listing him as obstruction of justice at this time, but for all intents and purposes, he in fact obstructed justice. He thinks that he was just talking to Dylan Audison and Jim Basinger and Roy Nelson and trying to side with them, and he was just trying to do this and that. But when he talked to me on the phone, he acted like he was there to help me. Come to find out, he was working again. He's actively talking about me behind my back with these individuals, and that's unacceptable. It's totally egregious. He's not to be trusted.
Okay. All right. So I look forward to hearing your emails, and I'll make sure to let them all know to be expecting you.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Have a good day.
Bye.